I'm looking at a stack of reports here, and to be honest, they're pretty terrifying.
These are the ones the NAU Economic Policy Institute did for Coconino County, right?
That's them. And we always talk about wildfires as these, environmental tragedies. You think about the trees, the
Well, and
wildlife.
losing homes. That's always the image you see on the news.
Exactly. But these reports make the case that the fire itself isn't even the most expensive part. This is less a nature story and more a financial survival story.
It really is. I mean, we've all seen the absolute devastation in places like Maui or in Colorado and California.
Total wipeouts of communities.
But what the NAU team found for northern Arizona,
Mhm.
specifically for the San Francisco Peaks and Bill Williams Mountain, is that we are staring down a multi-billion-dollar economic cliff. And most people don't even know it's there.
Okay, let's break that down. Economic cliff.
Right.
Because usually the fire goes out, the news crews pack up, and we all think, okay, it's over.
But that's when what the sources call the second disaster really begins.
The second disaster.
Yeah. It's a phenomenon where these high-severity fires cook the ground and change the soil chemistry. It becomes hydrophobic.
Hydrophobic. So
Sure.
afraid of water, what does that mean in practical terms?
It means the ground basically repels water. The report uses this analogy that I think is perfect. It acts like pavement.
Wow. Okay, so when the monsoons hit,
The water doesn't soak in. It just sheets off, picking up ash, rocks, burned logs, everything.
and it all heads downhill, straight for downtown Flagstaff or Williams.
And it's not just the downtown corridors. You're talking about the municipal water supply, critical infrastructure like the BNSF Railroad, Interstate 40.
If those get washed out, you're not just delaying commuters, you're cutting a major national supply artery.
You're severing it completely.
So the physical risk is huge. But you said billions. Let's get to that number.
They ran a model for a high-risk scenario on the San Francisco Peaks. The total projected economic cost is $2.8 billion.
Oh, say that again.
$2.8 billion for a single fire event and its aftermath.
And I'm guessing most of that is, the cost of rebuilding burned homes.
That's what everyone assumes, but it's not even close.
No.
The single biggest driver, over $1.6 billion of that total, is listed as business interruption.
Wait, really? Not physical damage, but just the economy grinding to a halt.
Exactly. Tourism evaporates overnight. The trains stop running. Local shops and restaurants, they just fold. It's a complete economic freeze that lasts for months or even years.
That completely changes the conversation.
Yeah.
So if the potential loss is that high, what's the cost of prevention?
Well, let's look at the Bill Williams Mountain project. The reports say the mechanical thinning needed to basically fireproof that mountain. It costs about $8 million.
Hold on. You're saying we can spend $8 million to prevent a potential loss of, what was the figure for that area?
About $694 million. It's an 86 times return on prevention. I mean, Wall Street would kill for an ROI like that.
So this seems like a no-brainer. Why hasn't it been done? Why are the forests still so at risk?
It comes down to what the industry calls the biomass bottleneck. To really get ahead of the problem, we have to treat 35,000 to 40,000 acres every single year.
Okay, so that's a lot of logging.
It is, but here's the problem. You can cut down all the small, unmerchantable trees you want, but you have to have somewhere to put them.
Ah, it's a disposal issue.
It's totally a disposal issue. All that wood has no value as lumber. And right now, the industry's trash can is full. They have no place to put it.
So is anyone trying to build a bigger trash can?
Private industry actually is. For every $1 the Forest Service puts in, private companies are putting in over $2.
So they're committed. What do they need?
They need one specific thing by fiscal year 2026. A 30-megawatt bioenergy facility.
A power plant that burns all this waste wood for energy.
Exactly. And the sources present this as a really stark binary choice. Either we help them scale up to handle the waste, or the entire forest products industry in Arizona collapses.
And if the industry collapses?
The forest burns. There's no other outcome.
So 2026 is the deadline. That's coming up really fast. The clock is ticking much louder than people seem to realize.
The report calls it the year of decision. The time for more studies is over. We have the data. We know the cost of doing nothing is in the billions.
And it sounds like the industry has proposed a clear solution. The real question is, are Coconino County, the state of Arizona, and the federal government listening?
That is the question. We have to fundamentally shift our thinking. Stop treating wildfire suppression as just a reaction.
And start treating prevention as an investment.
Because when you know that spending millions today saves you billions tomorrow, what other choice is there, really?
Stay tuned for next steps. 1. What prevention really means. 2. The money. What pays for what? 3. The biomass bottleneck. Real options beyond burn it. 4. Who has to coordinate and collaborate?